My introduction. I'm Tanesh Singh. I live in Pune and I currently passed out high school. I gave my 12th board examination a week ago. And I am looking to join a college, I'd say university in the United States. And my question to you today, my doubt that I present to you today is that I'm confused between two universities, which are Iowa State University and University of Cincinnati. I had applied to other schools as well, where I have been accepted, but the scholarship amount is not something, they have not given me enough scholarship where I can attend the university. So I just have two viable options in front of me right now, which is Iowa State, where I'm paying like $3,000 to $5,000 less per year than University of Cincinnati. And looking at the value and the value and the degree that they provide, they both are same. Value of both the universities are almost the same. There's not much difference in them, except the location, uh, where since University of Cincinnati is in a better location, I'd say.
Mhm.
It's near a city. Better location as in it's in a city. So, um, the city benefits are there for the University of Cincinnati, whereas Iowa State University, it's actually in a town where the surrounding area does not have a lot of urban uh, places or something. So I just wanted to ask you that, according to you, which is a better option? Where should I go?
So, one question, Tanish. What degree you are opting?
Computer science
Computer science. Okay.
with minor in finance.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So, I think a couple of things you were spot on, I would say. First of all, let's talk about how you choose a university, right? I didn't realize you are coming as an undergrad, so that makes things a little easier, I would say. So, one thing is, I don't know how the scholarship, how much that means to you, because if you there are a lot of students who are willing to pay, so they can go anywhere you want, but not everyone is, I guess, as wealthy as everyone is. So some people are a lot dependent on scholarships. So my rule of thumb always is, if anybody comes to US, number one rule is make sure you don't owe too much debt. That's the rule number one, no matter what. Unless and until you are talking about MIT and Iowa State. You know what I mean? Unless until the university ranking is there's a huge difference. That is for a short term. For long term, if you realize, as I said, that will play a very critical role about your decisions as compared to which university you have gone through. So just keep that in mind. Do your calculations. See, okay, one thing you did not mention, cost of living, right? Although Iowa State is at a very remote location, I'm pretty sure the cost of living would be lesser, right?
Yeah.
So that's important. That's very, very important. I live in Ohio. I know University of Cincinnati, what it is and where it is. To be honest with you, I won't place Cincinnati as Houston or New Jersey. Is a smaller city as compared to those. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So in my personal opinion, number one, do your calculations, uh, tuition plus cost of living plus scholarship. What how much you are paying at the end, the total amount. Although you will have an option to work on campus, do this and that, which will make things easier, right? So that's
Yeah.
number one. Number two, for a person who is pursuing a degree in computer science, I would say, if it doesn't matter too much whether you have a degree from Iowa State or University of Cincinnati, the opportunities that will come to a student from Iowa State versus a University of Cincinnati would be the same, exactly the same. There will be no difference, because unlike in India, we where all these universities or colleges have campus placement. US does not do that. Here, students are responsible for looking for jobs on their own. So what you do is you shop around, you go to the career website, you apply for internship, you apply for jobs. So it's a very much level playing field in that sense. I would definitely tell you one thing that you should not do or would not do is when you come here, don't screw up your GPA, because if there's something happens to your GPA, that's gonna matter a lot versus what university you are going. So make sure your GPA is above 3.5. That's considered decent.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
So basically, for the Iowa State and University of Cincinnati, uh, if I calculate everything, including the insurance and the living expenses and dining and everything, uh, yeah. So yeah, everything calculated, like if I include all the insurance fees and all the living cost of living and dining and all that expenses together, including the including the tuition fees, then
Uh-huh.
I would say then University of Cincinnati is coming out $3,000 to $5,000 more than Iowa State, because I'm taking a loan. So even like $3,000 to $5,000 per year can make a huge difference for the 4 year long um,
Yeah,
duration.
but yeah, and as I said, to be honest with you, um, many times people make a decision. So, for example, I will give you an example. There is a university in California called San Jose University,
Yeah,
right? Um, Ranking is very low, but still people go there. The part of the reason is because San Jose University is right at the Bay Area,
yeah,
and a lot of people get. It's very easy for students to find a job. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I don't see that University of Cincinnati or Iowa State University poses any of that geographical advantage also,
yeah.
right? And I don't know about the ranking purpose, but to be honest, as I said, both would be the same.
Yeah, they are. I mean, the ranking difference is not that much. They're almost
Yeah,
at the same position.
yeah. Even for graduate studies, I think both universities are plus minus the same. It's not a big difference. So, as I said to you, I think it's a no-brainer in my opinion. One thing you would want to do is if you find a student there or go to the every universities these days, I mean, they have Indian Student Association, and Indian Student Association, most of these universities have it. So I would, if I was you, I would reach out to them, say I would like to talk to someone who is doing their degree from computer science. I would like to talk to them just to get an idea.
Yeah, actually, I have messaged some of the alum from University of Cincinnati and Iowa State as well.
Uh-huh.
And personally, the main reason why I have such a big confusion between these two university is because a guy from alum from University of Cincinnati, I reached out to him and I said that I have gotten into Iowa State as well, and I'm confused between these two universities. And his response was that the co-op over here is really great. The location is great. So I don't know much about Iowa, but from what I have been doing in this university, I think this university is a great location for you because the co-op is really great. So you can pay off your college debt while
Yeah, but you
doing
can
your
apply for
semester.
a co-op from any university. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because everybody apply. That's what I'm saying. Like if University of Cincinnati offers a co-op program on its own and they help the students, then I can understand. But nobody does that.
Mhm.
Like you have to apply to a Microsoft website as every student all over US. There will be no difference. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So as far as you are able to, as far as you are doing a good job in your classes, you are maintaining a good GPA and all that, and be vigilant. As I said, there's no difference. Nothing. So um, if you want to, as I said, if you want to verify, just ask that student how did he get into the co-op program? Did he apply to and so on, or did university had a pre-agreement with the industry and they said, okay, we will take that many students from you. Sometimes that happens, But usually that happens with universities who are extremely high ranking, like, you know. But as I said to you, that's what I'm saying is like I don't think that make a difference. So I don't think you should worry about that. You should worry about the cost of living, in my opinion, much more than the total cost as compared to what you will be willing to pay. Um, One thing probably I think there is no difference between whether you can work or not. It's the same thing. So yeah.
And also that when I got accepted into Iowa, there was a meeting in my city, Pune. There was a meeting where the Iowa state representatives came and explained us how things will unfold after they accepted the offer. And one
They
thing
came
was
to
really
they came to your university.
what?
They came to your school.
No, no, no. They came to a hotel and they invited all the admitted students.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, to just I mean to show them that Iowa State is better and all that.
Yeah.
So
So
during that meeting, they it was really comforting meeting, and they talk to us about the how much we'll pay over there and everything. And also one thing that struck my mind is that Iowa is more engineering focused and more computer science focused
mm,
than University of Cincinnati, even though their ranking is somewhat same. So I think that was also one of the big reasons why I choose Iowa more than University of Cincinnati.
yeah. So in US, one of the things you also you will realize that the overall ranking of the university versus the ranking of the department are different.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it's a good thing that Iowa State University folks came in and they give a talk. That means they are more sincere, right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
They just as an international stuff for us, it's tough for our parents to send us abroad alone, right? So they were, on their part, they assured the parents that when they'll come, we'll have our guys. It's just a thing that every university does, but coming here and just convincing our parents, I think that was one of the good
Yeah, yeah,
things.
absolutely. Yeah. Actually, a lot of universities these days do that. But you have to understand one thing that the universities in US, for that matter in India also now, they act as a business, right? They have to make revenue and you guys generate revenue for them. So that's what I said to you that if you're able to get free education, that's nothing better than that. So don't worry about that. The Also, if you look at the weather wise, I would say Cincinnati is not the great weather as compared to Iowa State. It's the same thing. So it's not like you will feel very cold. You will have. I mean, you're coming at the right time, but after November, it's gonna get cold. So things like that. So it would be the same thing. Yeah. So Cincinnati is right at the Midwest, and Iowa is in Midwest. So the location wise, they said both are not too great too.
Yeah, they both are really close, I would say.
Yeah, no, no. The as I said, if you're driving from east, right, as soon as you cross Cincinnati and all the way to Denver, if you look at US map, you will find our cornfields and plain fields and nothing else. So it's so really boring. And
Yeah.
that's why I'm saying Iowa lies in Midwest, and Cincinnati just is the gateway to Midwest. If somebody's driving from east west, so it's not like you will have a location advantage also in any case. So it doesn't matter. Yeah, I think your choice is right. So enjoy. I would say, and then once you come here, get in touch. If you need any help at the time, let me know. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, sure,
I
sir.
think I think you will have a fantastic time. But my only advice to you is when you come here, make sure you don't screw up your GPA. If you do that, no matter what university you graduate, you will have a tough time looking for a job because that's the only one thing that whether you apply for a co-op, whether you apply for jobs, that's the one of the number one thing that any industry is look for an undergrad is GPA. A bad GPA is going to reflect very bad on you. A good GPA is everything will be fine. And most of the students you will find here in the US, they're getting GPAs is not that difficult. It's not like India where the faculties um really don't give you numbers. It's if you do good, you will be fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Cool, Tanesh. Nice talking to you, man. And
Yeah, nice talking to you.
I'm glad that things are working out for you. Good job getting in a. Hey, one thing I want to ask you, if you can talk about next 5 minutes, what's the process of getting into someone a student like you from India to getting a admit in US? What's the process?
Yeah, sure, sir. So basically what I did is like I built up my profile during my 9th, 10th, and 11th period.
So be
And
specific. When you say build your profile, what did you do?
um, so I did a lot of variety of work. So, basically I joined a lot of, I attended a lot of EMUNs, online and Model United Nations. And then I applied to a lot of Olympiads where I have, won a lot of medals. Then I did a lot of volunteering work. Then
So,
I have
so
done
you
some
are saying
research work.
you are saying beside your regular studies and getting marks in math, you have to do a lot of other stuff, which is which
Yeah,
which is nothing to do with your courses, correct?
yeah, exactly. So I did a lot of research. I did a couple of research papers. Then I wrote a book, which, can add up to these add up to your profile. So basically you just build a good resume which looks like a student is doing stuff
Mm-hmm.
other than his academic stuff. So it's more like a holistic admission process
Got
that
it.
these undergrad universities have.
So they look at the holistic approach. What's the student profile overall? They just don't
Yeah.
don't your 12th marks or 10th marks.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So I have a perfect example for that
Uh-huh.
because my grades were not that great. My ninth grades and my 11th grades were not great because in my ninth standard, I was usually what happens is like schools in CBSE board schools, they do stricter checking. So in my ninth and 11th, the school corrected my paper, so my percentage was less.
Mm-hmm.
But in 10th and 12th, my the board checked the papers, so that's why the percent is going to be significantly higher than that. So making that these universities, they don't look at your 10th and 11th, they look at your 9th, 10th, 11th, everything, and your 12th midterm results. So adding all that up, my percentage was dropping a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And my profile was exceptional. Like, it was not like an ordinary profile because I
So
had done a
so when
lot.
you say your profile was exceptional, give an example. In what
Yeah,
way?
so yeah, so writing a book is a really big thing for
What book you
but
wrote?
I wrote a book on artificial intelligence.
Oh,
The
so you
Yeah,
wrote a book. You worked with some professor or something?
yeah, I am working with a professor in the microplastic department, and then I
Where?
have published a research paper as
Where
well.
where where you're working with a professor? Where?
He's a professor at Johns Hopkins
Okay.
University.
So you reached
So
out professors outside. That's what you're saying, not
yeah,
within India.
yeah, I reached out to professors from cold emails.
Okay. Okay.
That's the best way to do that.
Okay. Okay.
And then also I've won a lot of medals from Olympiads and stuff. Then I have
What
been
about
admitted to.
what about recommendations?
Yeah, I mean, those things come at a later stage. First
Okay.
is your resume, then yeah, I mean, those play a huge role, like essays and all. An
So,
essay
so
can.
when you apply for undergrad program, what are the things that you have to submit? Your GPA, 4 year, 9, 10, 11, 12,
Yeah, yeah,
well,
your four
statement of
year,
purpose,
yeah, statement
eh,
of purpose,
letter of recommendations,
yeah, essays and all,
and what else? Your SAT score.
yeah, your SAT score.
And how was
And
that? How was that for you? The SAT score was good or no?
actually, I didn't submit. I submitted it optional.
Oh, okay. You so didn't give SAT score.
No,
Okay.
actually,
So, okay. No, no, I understand. I just want to make sure that I'm asking questions which usually student ask for me if I get somebody like you, right? So one question I have in your mind, if I have to ask you now, you're looking back, why didn't you get into MIT? What if you have to point out the reasons, what would be those looking back now? What would you have done now, that would help you to get into a admit at MIT?
Yeah, so I would say basically my GPA was the only thing that I didn't get into MIT, is because GPA is a thing that, it has to fit in the criteria to get you an admission.
Do they do
Even
they
though
do they do these universities they put a bracket saying that okay, if you don't have the GPA, don't apply or something like that?
no, it's like anyone can apply to it.
Okay, okay.
Person who barely passed their
No, no. The reason why I'm saying because I remember in GRE when we gave it long time back, there was a bracket. They said, okay, if you have we preferred if you have a GPA higher than that. You know what I mean?
yeah, they prefer it because they have the minimum requirement. So for these IBs, what happened is like my minimum requirement, my grades are less than the minimum requirements. So what happened is like, uh, just because of my GPA, I didn't get into these universities because my profile was really good. My essays were really good. The only thing that was holding me back was my GPA. That's why I think I didn't get into these universities.
Oh, okay, okay. Got it, got it. So once you have all this, what time do you apply for the universities? Like you are in, uh, so you just got into 12th grade. So around October, November, you apply?
Yeah, so there are two decision. There is early action, and
Yeah, yeah.
then there is regular. So
Okay, okay.
I guess for early, there November is the deadline, 1st of November or something like that.
Uh-huh.
And for regular, I believe it's 1st Feb. For the early decisions, come out early, like in December or something like that. And then for regular, the decisions come out mainly in March, throughout
Got it,
March.
got it. Okay. And then, so what's the early decision versus the late one? Like early decision, you have to tell them right away and you're booked. That's it.
No, actually, that's early decision, early action. That's a early action is where I mean you can get early. I mean the acceptance is a bit higher, so your chances of getting into your university is a bit higher in early action.
No, once what I'm saying,
Uh,
once you say, okay, I'm coming, you can't apply to other places.
no, that's early decision. So in
Okay.
that only you can apply to only one college, university in that. And if you get into that, then you have to cancel
Other
the
one.
offer of other.
Got it. Okay. Anything else that you want to add? If somebody else is watching this from your perspective, a 12th grader or ninth grader, what would be your advice?
I would say mainly focus on your academics and your SAT score, because at the end, if you don't match the minimum requirement, you are going to get rejected no matter what. You have to get good grades, and you have to keep your SAT score in par with your resume. And you should also focus on your resume. You shouldn't just abandon it. You should work on a few stuff. It's not that hard. Just doing one activity a week on a Sunday, just giving 1 hour a week is can make a huge impact on your profile.
Resume. So these Ivy leagues, do they focus more on your GPAs, you think, or do they focus more on, okay, what extracurriculars, if I have to say, you have done? Or
Yeah,
for them, GPA comes first, and then you can do whatever you want.
I would say that they focus on extracurriculars more, but you have to fit in the GPA and SAT
Okay,
requirements.
got it.
So there are a lot of students who have exceptional academics. They have really high GPA, really high SAT score, like full on SAT, full on academic. Still, they get rejected.
Do
That's
you
why
know any of your friends who got into a better school or what school it is?
I mean, not my friends particularly, because right now in my school there are not a lot of people applying to USA because
Okay.
it's so expensive. But I have a friend who's applying to Germany, who got into a German university.
Okay. Does he has German proficiency or language or something like
Yeah,
that?
he has to learn it from here and go.
Okay. No, no, because I know a lot of students these days in the schools they have the second language, so they choose German or something else. So I was thinking that somebody might do that, and that will help them to get into German university. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, Taresh, nice talking to you, man. And as I said, whenever you are here, just shoot me an email and be in touch. I think it's a good decision. And I will tell you one thing for sure is from academic standpoint of view, the decision that you are taking to coming to US and studying, you will learn a lot. I never regretted it. I enjoyed it, my time here, and it's a good learning. The schools provide you it's just not getting a degree. It's much more than that. Your view, your way of thinking is going to change a lot, and for good. So there's yeah, and there will be challenges. As I said, Spider-Man, they say you're more what was the saying, that if you more power brings more responsibility, something like that.
Yeah, great
Yeah,
power
great
comes
power,
with.
exactly. So it will be something like that for you. And it will, once you land here, it will be, the reality is going to kick in. And
Yeah.
but the last piece of advice is, since you are in India right now, just enjoy. Don't focus, oh, I want to know what the course is. Don't worry about that. Enjoy as much you can, spend time with your family, because you won't get time later on. So throw books away and just spend on everything other than academics and books, like families and friends and food and traveling, whatever you can. Enjoy. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Cool. Nice talking to you, Tanish.
Yeah, same, sir. I would love to meet you in person
Yeah,
one
yeah,
day.
sure, sure. I don't live too far, so hopefully,
Yeah.
you never know. Bye.
Yeah. Yeah.